Alright guys, so we are live under my Volvo 240. Gonna give you a quick overview of what I did to get this trans to fit. We have here a General Motors 480E two-wheel drive. Has all the sensors and whatnot still attached. The latest thing that I did, and I'm sorry my video skills aren't up to snuff for some of you all, but this is kind of how I operate here. So I got the trans on the trans jack. Some of the things I did tonight were I cut the ears off the bell housing here. I still got to go back over those with the file to kind of get rid of all the sharp edges. I don't want to cut my hand open or anything while I'm trying to reinstall this thing. And I cut this little nib off here. I don't know if that was like a hanger or what, but that's gone. And same thing on the other side. Let me just turn this thing around real quick. I'm kind of having to do everything under the car because I do not have a lift, and I could not get the engine and trans in the car together. So to get the trans off the jack onto the ground, bring it back out and onto my garage floor, cut stuff off of it, lift it back up onto the jack myself, then like maneuver it back under the car myself is just a pain. So basically I just did everything under the car to kind of minimize me having to lift because my back is shot. But anyways, here's the other ear that I cut off. You kind of see there. Just straight down with a Sawzall, and I'll just use a possum tail file or rat tail file, whatever you want to call them, to smooth out the edges. Now getting under the car, let me just push this out of the way here. Again, sorry guys, it's getting dark and I don't have a lot of light here. I'll just push this toward the back so you guys can see. I'm going to pick up all these aluminum filings on the floor, which will be awesome. Wife will love that. So, now we are under the car, looking straight up at the firewall on the trans tunnel. As you can see, I kind of got a little crazy rounding out the actual throat of the tranny tunnel here. Pretty much pushed a lot of this up and in, using a mini sledgehammer. I mean, guys, it's never gonna look like you're using a sledgehammer on a car. It's not gonna turn out well. So, I mean, I kind of tried to minimize the carnage as much as I can, but honestly, I got a can of rubberized undercoating. I'm just going to spray over everything before I put the trans back in, and you'll never be able to tell. So, yeah, you just kind of have to get over the fact that, you know, it's not going to be a show car. It's not going to Barrett-Jackson or Mecum. So, okay, getting back to this. As you can see, like I said, rounded out the throat of the opening here. I'll just use my light as a pointer. Hold on, it actually has a light at the other end. So this area here, all the way over, I pushed in probably about ½ inch, 3/4 of an inch. I guess I'll say as much as it would move. I mean, that was pretty much it for that. I kind of clearanced these corner areas a little bit. Probably more than I needed to, only because at the time I had the ears on the bell housing, and then I had that little weird nib. So basically lowering it, raising it and lowering it like 100 times, I kind of just saw what needed to come off. So I ended up taking it off, and it'll probably fit much better now, honestly. I will say this, that most of the hammering is done on the driver's side of the trans tunnel, because you got all the electronic sensors and neutral safety switches and all that kind of jazz on that side, along with the linkage, shifter linkage, the plate that comes off the shifter, which also I found out from a buddy of mine. You can just it's standing straight up on the transmission. You actually can unbolt it and or take the nut off and then flip it straight down, just kind of invert it, and it'll do the same thing. Now pushing this over a little bit, here's kind of where I got kind of into it. This whole side here, I pushed in as much as I could. You can see this area specifically where the shifter linkage is, got bashed in probably a good inch. And then coming back up here, you know, just room for that, those sensors and stuff like that. And then basically I just mirrored it on the other side, just not as much. Let's see here. Hold on a second. And we're back again. This is the passenger side. Basically just hit that in a little bit. Didn't really need to get too crazy. The only thing I will say are both your cooler line ports are on this side. So honestly, any room that you can make for yourself, you're probably just, it's probably going to be better. I plan on attaching all the cooler lines and everything before it goes back up, just to kind of make it easier on yourself, because I have kind of big arms and big hands, and I just get frustrated and pissy working on areas that are tight like that. So bash that in, you know, a good inch over here, and that actually will give you room where there is a threaded boss on the back area of the transmission, right above the transmission pan. I guess a bracket or something went on there. It's kind of pointless at this point, but it's in the way. It's cast into the case of the transmission, so you kind of have to smash that area in over there to get room for that. So in a nutshell, guys, again, just kind of showing you, you know, it is what it is. I mean, you're putting a 4-foot long, you know, 18-inch wide tree trunk under the car, and there's really no pretty way of doing it. I'll take some other pictures and post those up as well, but just kind of wanted to give you a quick video. Not really quick, but it is what it is.